So it's all about sharing our secrets, and I want to share with you one of my delicious secrets to losing my 35 pounds. I'm here with Peg Bradford, my friend who lost 75 pounds, and I'm going to show you, instead of the Cocoa Puffs, I'm going to tease you about those, what we call my famous low calorie but very healthy but low fat chili. Are you ready to get started?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, so here it is. So this is not crock pot cooking, but I do use my crock pot as a serving mechanism. So in other words, and I've cheated a little, I have some ingredients, but I take, happens to be an organic pre-cut tomatoes.
Okay.
So I'll mix that in, all right? I'm gonna do that. And I already have some meat and beans in here, so I'm cheating a little. This is my big secret, Peg. What I do is I'm browning the ground turkey. This was about 5 pounds of ground turkey, so half of it's in there.
Wow.
But I want to show you, when I talk about the low fat, I don't know if I told you, I lowered my cholesterol by more than 90 points without ever taking any medications at all.
Really?
So I'm going to take this, I just put it on literally on a paper plate, on a paper towel, and you're not going to believe, this is 97% the low fat stuff that normally if you were cooking a dish, you would just not even think about the fat. It would stay in there. So this is really well done. It's been cooking while we've been chatting. So I just want to show you this when I take it, and I take my paper towel and look at all of this fat.
That is unbelievable.
I pat out the fat, baby.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see this through the paper towel, but there's a lot.
You would never think.
And then, you see all this. it's pretty incredible.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Ton of fat. So I'm going to take my green beans, put those with the tomatoes.
Okay.
All right. Now what I'm going to do, what I do is I then use the same pan. So you as a mom with a 6-year-old know you want to have one pan. So I'm going to pour this out. It's just literally one pan cooking. I'm making a mess here. But I'm going to get there's a little bit of meat in there. There's a ton of fat. It's nasty. We want the fat thrown out, not on our pants, right?
You got it.
And then I'm wiping this out completely so that all that fat is out of there. Again, it's low fat. Get this out of here. And now I'm just going to take, even though I've cheated, this already has the stuff in here, but I'm going to take my green peppers. I've got lovely red onion. I've got celery.
Wow.
Just packed with flavor, Peg. This is actually for later. And I've got some fresh tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes. You can use, anything. I've got hot sauce. But I do have my garlic powder. I've got cayenne pepper. Do you know about cayenne?
No.
It's a natural diuretic.
Okay.
Cayenne pepper gets on your tongue and tells your brain you are not hungry. This is chili pepper, so we got the garlic, and you can do jalapenos we've got over here. We've got roasted red peppers. You can do all that. So now you're going to saute this up and just obviously browning it nicely.
So you can pretty much do whatever you want. Any vegetables,
leftovers. You've got leftover kale. You've got leftover spinach.
Okay.
Look at all the fat still on this plate that I poured off. That's why that paper plate trick is so important. And now I'm going to stir it all up. I've got my tomato paste, a little can of tomato paste. And again,
delicious.
and I've already cheated, so we're running out of time. So I'm just going to give you a little taste-a-roo. And you can freeze this, and that's the beauty of it too. You can freeze it for your 3 o'clock snack.
Absolutely.
Check it out. Let me know.
Oh my God. This is
Low
unbelievable.
fat, low calorie, no beans, no kidney beans, no carbs. It's so good for you.
I'm going home tonight and making this. This is unbelievable.
Listen, thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you.
You're on Facebook.
Steps to Good Health.
Steps to Good Health.
My group is free, and we have over 3,700 members, and we'd love to have you.
And we love you, Peg. We really do.
Thank you for having me.
And my recipe's on my Facebook page, and you, Dawn.
Great. Thank you so much.
Coming up, my makeup secrets, my makeup artist secrets. You're going to love it. Stay right there. So one of the coolest parts of my job is I get a makeup artist, and I love him here at the show. And who better to talk about makeup do's and don'ts than the man who gets up close and personal with me every Thursday night, Joel Garcia from Lewis Christian Wayne Robert Salon and Spa in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You always give me the transformation, and I so appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure, Dawn. It really is.
So
Thank you so much for having me today, by the way.
Well, on the show, because I see you,
On the show,
every day. But
exactly.
So we have the beautiful, fabulous Lisa, who's here because we want to talk about women of ethnicity, African American women, and do's and don'ts. So let's talk about some of the don'ts.
That's right, Dawn. Some of the don'ts that a lot of women of Lisa's skin tone, like what they tend to do is wear the foundations that are too light. 1 to 2 skin tones.
Now, this
lighter
is her
than their
before
own.
picture. So this was before you got a hold of her.
This is Lisa's before. She
So-
has the
Drawn eyebrows.
The drawn on eyebrows, the wrong blue shadows. She has the white chalky eyeliner, which, it's going to appear extremely chalky on her dark skin tone. With her skin tone being nice and dark and rich, you want to stick to something more like on the warmer side. Their eye color on the, the eye palette, it's way too cool for her.
So foundations that are too light and the lips lined in black. All the
Huge
major
no-no. Huge no-no.
You were a
I
hot
see
mess,
this
Lise.
every day, and it baffles me, to see women have these different mistakes on their skin. It's like, I sit back and I often find myself, criticizing different people's makeup. I'm like, you really shouldn't do that. However, these are things that I see every day.
Well, let's take a look now at the after you did Lisa's makeover. And so what did you do here that was so different? Because you're so gorgeous, Lisa. So what did you do here to make it real?
With Lisa's makeup this time, what we did is we softened the eyebrow. We went ahead and did a mineral foundation, which is a lot closer to her skin tone than the other one. On the contouring of the nose, it's not as pale up top, okay? And her eyelid color, it's a better blue for her overall. We actually use a gold shimmer up top with a deeper blue for the contour in the eye. And
You
we
look
actually did
gorgeous.
a brown liner on the inside.
Okay, so let's move on now to, thank you, Lisa. You look fabulous, darling. So stay right here for a second. Let's take a look. Here is Erica. And the don'ts for women with lighter skin, too much bronzer. I do this too.
Dawn, I am not sure where these girls are getting this idea from.
Snooki.
Snooki. Well, there you go. There you have it. It oftentimes reminds me of Magda from that movie, Something About Mary.
Right.
Super bronze skin, which is just way too
There
much.
she is. There's Snooki. So
There she
Snooki
is.
inspired. But we have, the eye glitter, the white under eye concealer that's too white.
It's just way too much.
Just globs of lip gloss on Erica's beautiful face.
And yet again, we also see the dark liner around her lips, around the globbed on lipstick or the lip gloss.
So now let's take a look at what you did.
Okay,
'Cause
let's
you
take a
don't need a
look.
lot, Erica. You're beautiful, so you don't need all that glitter.
Erica is naturally gorgeous. So, we went ahead and did a sun-kissed bronzer, which is what bronze skin should look like when you're using a bronzing powder. You don't want to see the lines and the tracks of the contouring. I mean, that's all stage work. For everyday makeup, you want soft, natural. We even went ahead and put a little bit of the glitter on her lid. But guess what?
A little bit,
it's
subtle.
not way too much.
And you look gorgeous, so that you don't need all of that. You want the natural look.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally natural, yet sexy. Totally sexy.
Which
Do
we
you know
all
what I
want to
mean?
be sexy and
Everyone
gorgeous.
wants to be sexy, that's
Joelle,
right.
thank you so much to Lisa and Erica. And thank you for joining us here on A New Dawn here on WMCN. Have a good one and see you next week at 7. Thank you so much.